පත මොහුගේ ඉදිරි සියලු කටයුතු on the facts and sharp Trinity ඔලිබරපු ජනප්‍රියතම ක්‍රීඩාවට
single point
Zambia what is out of the team for domination වයිලා මොකද දන්නවද කියලා FA Cup champions
Hello and welcome to the recap of the first leg of the Bradby Shield encounter, the 74th Bradby Shield encounter between Royal and Trinity College. In between the legs at the moment as we speak, and we're looking forward to the second leg. Can Royal do a record-breaking number on Trinity, or will Trinity come back? To discuss these two possibilities, we have two very esteemed gentlemen in the studio with us, Ishrat Singh Lakshana from Trinity College and Bilal Hassan from Royal College, who played together in the 2007 encounter in which Ishrat had the bragging rights.
That's right.
And don't know whether you'll have the bragging rights next Saturday afternoon, Ishrat, because things aren't looking so good. 39 points to 7 in favour of Royal College at the Royal College Sports Complex. Will the home advantage make a huge difference for Trinity? Will they be able to revamp their game completely? That's what we're going to be looking at over the course of the next few minutes with these two gentlemen. Let's recap the first leg, Bilal. You watched the Royal team play in a very controlled fashion. Do you think that they have a few more gears to go through?
If they play well, I mean, they played really well, the scoreboard says it, but I think they have more flair in them, which will put a big advantage on the second leg. It's all depends on the first 20 minutes. It's the flair in the first 20 minutes. If they go out, I think the score is going to be a good score at the end of the game.
6 tries already.
Yeah.
Did they miss a few, you think?
They've missed a few opportunities, but it's rugby. That's a game.
Yeah. And Trinity managed to get just one goal on the board. It was actually a good try on the short side, a good pass, and Ranaraja running over to score. He didn't get the ball much, but they were trying to do that, Ishrat. But what did you make out of 10? How much would you give Trinity's performance that day?
Well, I would give it 4.5 or a 5. Especially the first 10 to 15 minutes were great. The guys couldn't keep up with the same pace going into the game. And
Bilal, what did Royal get right, do you think?
I think the basics were really good. They perfected all their set plays. Their scrums and lineouts were good. They had good lineout jumpers. I think Luke has done a good job with the set plays, so the forwards played a major role in it. And after a long time, the Royal is having a good back line, so that's a big advantage where they can balance the game plan.
And how do you see this combination of Tuleb Hassan and Johnny the Dilshan? Do you think that they could maybe mix things up a little bit more?
Yeah, Tuleb is more of a big hitter, and then he would offload, where Johnny is more of a finisher. So it will be good to see both of them work together at the second leg.
Well, what they expected from Trinity also, Ishrat, was the fact that midfield would be able to be matched by a bit of experience, guys like Warren Virakun in that midfield. But unfortunately, the new guys that were asked to step up, Avish Kashik especially, moved into the centres for this game, didn't quite match that Royal midfield.
Exactly. I think the thinking behind that would have been, just to manage, as Bilal said, the two powerful centres. So it's a game. So I think sometimes strategies work, sometimes they don't. So we'll have to see how things change in the second leg.
And they were skipping the ball a lot. They were trying to move it wide from the first phase. I mean, looking wide from the second phase as well. You thought that was the way to attack this Royal side?
Well, not really, to be honest. So I think they've just got to stick to the basics first to start off, and then see of all the skip passes or, as you said, the fancy stuff. So I guess, yeah, as I said, back to the drawing board. Second leg, a different story. That's how it should work.
Well, it's happened a lot in the past, Ishrat, in the recent past, where one team has won the first leg and another team has won the second leg, even though they may not have been able to bridge the aggregate. Do you think that that's something that's possible this year?
Well, see, every Trinity would want to win the Bradby. Like, that's where all of us come from. So, but as of it is right now, I think the boys should focus on the match first, regardless of what the outcome is in terms of the Shield. Right, so then take it by quarter basis, I would say, one quarter, then the next. So it's possible because certain things have changed back in 2011 as well. So it's a hard call, but sometimes yes, it might be possible.
Might be possible. Okay, Bilal, do Royal go in there thinking, okay, we need to make sure that we don't lose the Shield, or do they go in thinking, okay, we're going all out?
I think they should just focus on the second leg only. All depends on the first half. If they stick to a good scoreline at the first half, I think the second half is going to be a good game to watch.
Good game to watch if you're a royalist.
Yeah.
Well, we got some interesting statistics. One is that the penalty count was even on the day. Royal had a lot more ball in their possession and both teams conceded 11 penalties. What do you put that down to, Bilal?
Well, that's again schoolboy rugby. So the penalties conceded and by the other team too. It all depends on the game plan and what their tactical play is. See, for Royal we play more of a forwards game and then we put it out. Whereas Trinity, depending on the game plan, where they fell short in different situations, where they had to give the penalties off, where Royal countered on it, and we went forward with it.
And given the fact that Royal had so much more ball, Ishrat, the fact that Trinity have conceded all those penalties, probably on defense, so is discipline an issue for this team?
Well, I would say it's Bradby is a different ball game after all. So it's a lot of emotions, you know, a lot of aggression involved in it. So yes, discipline has to be a part. I'm not denying the fact, but it's always to do with emotions and, you know, this guy's being aggressive. So you've got to control the nerve, especially on the breakdowns. So to make it a decent game.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank, keep growing. Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank, keep growing.
Well, now they've got nothing to lose. They absolutely have nothing to lose. We spoke about that before the first leg, but now with a 32-point deficit, they can just go out there and try something, right?
Yes, I think that's what it should be. As I said previously, it shouldn't be a 60 or an 80-minute game. So I would want the guys to take it quarter by quarter. So give it all out. So take it as it comes. Every minute counts.
And out of the 6 games that have been played at Pallekele, Royal have won 2 and lost 3. Do you think home advantage will be a factor?
Definitely, it would.
And how do you see that Trinity crowd coming and making a difference?
Well, it's as always, there is a crowd, you know, especially in Pallekele. So I know the Royals wouldn't like to turn up on the ground, so we have that advantage as well.
And Lotte Raikambula, if you're in his shoes for these 2 weeks, what will you be doing with the team?
I'll be doing just to get the basics right. Nothing much, nothing fancy, just to get the basics right, and, you know, just to get the guys into a correct right mindset, just to go for the kill mindset. So then, see, it's like this. It's not the boys cannot play rugby. It's not they don't know. It's not that they don't know their basics. Just, you know, you've got everything together and pull up the show on the day. That's it.
And what about in the Royal dressing room, Bilal? How do you manage that emotion there? Because they know they've got a big lead. Do you just keep them hungry, or do you say go out and have fun?
No, I think Luke will be talking to them and mentally preparing them to take it as a new game, to completely forget the first leg and forget the score, just win the leg. So as in win the second leg. So like I said, first half is going to be a big show for both the teams. That will read the next the second half of the game.
And which players impressed you most in this first leg, Bilal? We had some good performances from Janitha Dilshan. Obviously scored 2 tries. Hirushan was outstanding again as usual. Yeah. But you have a lot of time for Abahan in the defensive line out as well.
Yeah, defensively the forwards are playing a major role in it. For me personally, I really like the workhorses, where the flanker, the number 8, the hooker and the second row. Those 4 players really impressed, where they were doing all the hard work in defense and in attack, where they were taking the ball up and taking the defense line up and making some good tackles. So that made a big change for the whole team.
And crossing the gain line almost every time, right?
There were a few good line breaks which gave us a big advantage in moving forward.
And when the line breaks did happen for Trinity, there was not a lot of support play. Is that just because they're so surprised that they've broken the line and just watching it, or what's that back line got to do to communicate and improve?
Well, as I said, I wouldn't say much. Just doing the basics. I mean, you break a line, you support the guy. It's very basic rugby that they have to play. I mean, none of us expect wonders, or none of us expect Bowden Barrett sort of magic to be done. Just play it right.
Well, Avishka Sheikh, where does he play ideally for you watching it? I mean, he's played in the centres, he started at fullback, he's gone to the wing, and he was being tried at fly half as well.
I think for me, he's a great winger because he takes the ball up front, he's a strong runner, and he's a good defender as well. So for me, he's a great winger.
A lot has been said about Lennox Kalyanaratne, about his crossover, but on the rugby field, he's one of Trinity's best players. Do you think that he needs to step up a little bit more?
Well, yes, as being one of the better players than the rest, and with all the stories going around, I think he has to prove a point, so he has to step up.
Well, there have been 6 instances where a team has lost the first leg and later ended up winning the second leg. Bilal, you think this is going to be the 7th?
No, definitely not.
Very easy answer, Ishrat. Hoping against hope. Do you think it could be the 7th?
Well, let's hope for the best.
Okay. Well, up in Pallekele, it will be hoping for the best for Trinity, and it will be a big preparation for a party. Will the Lions come and spoil that for the Tuskers up in Kandy? Let's wait and see. The 74th Bradby Shield encounter live from Pallekele.